it appears to me, and this would be something that would be beneficial to you, I would guess, is that corporations are doing more and more outsourcing of work that traditionally they may have done themselves. And it would seem to me that there are definite benefits to the corporations for doing this, particularly from a financial standpoint, employee headcount, and that sort of thing. What obligations does this put on a agency to be the recipient of what greater variety of things that they may be asked to do for their clients? How does that work?
Well, I think that a lot of the companies who are outsourcing these days obviously is a boon for the agency business because it's selfishly it's good for our business, and I think that's caused a lot of the growth of the PR agencies versus corporations. So I think it does give us a little more heat, if you will, on performing well because sometimes we have to make decisions for these companies without discussing it as much as we'd like to because they're relying on us to do almost everything for them. And that's flattering in many ways, but I do think that we like the input of the client as well. So I think we have to, again, achieve that balance of not going over the line. We can represent clients as we do and be their spokespeople and all that when it's necessary. But some of the major companies still insist on having their own corporate spokespeople, and I think that's healthy. So I think there's always going to be that give and take. We like to think that we're partners with our clients, and I know that word is overused a lot, but I think that in order for us to have any long-term relationships, we have to have that partnership feeling because it's not them against us in any way because we're not going to be successful if that happens. And it can happen where sometimes a client can resent the outside agency because they're not living with the client on a day-to-day basis as they are. But I think that if they realize that we're not out to compete with them, we're out to enhance their position, then it becomes a healthy relationship and then it lasts a long time.
Is it possible for an agency like yours today to be, quote, a full-service agency that would handle marketing problems, crisis communications, investor relations, internal relations, government relations, or is there going to be more of a tendency to create boutique agencies downline that will specialize in these various fields rather than be a total package?
Try to be,
It may not be a fair question, I'm not sure.
Well, for an agency such as ourselves these days, we like to think of ourselves, as full service because we're large enough. And I'm not saying that the boutique type agencies aren't going to have a value and exist because I think they will. I think there'll be a place for both. I think when a major company who is global, for example, wants an international agency of record, they're looking to an agency that has all these capabilities. So we have to do those things whether we like them or not. And so we have to have the capabilities in order to compete with the major agencies. We have to have offices in Washington and we have to be represented in Brussels and things of that nature. So we have to be almost all things to everybody. And I know that's difficult because there are a few agencies that really do specialize in just a couple of niches, and I think they'll do well. They'll continue to do well. But for agencies such as ourselves, who do want to represent a global company, we have to be able to have all those capabilities.
Can you find the people that will fill those kinds of responsibilities?
Well, it's not easy. It's not easy to find people because that's what we're all about. And finding the right people is absolutely the name of the game. And keeping them happy and moving them along at the right level so they know they have a future within rather than without is extremely important. I do think that sometimes we like to say we built up a culture here where we don't have a laundry list of clients like certain agencies do, who boast about that, and I think that's fine. But we don't. We like to say we have fewer clients, and we like to have more meaningful partnership relations with them, because we like to have people work on clients who really don't just give it a lick and promise. Because certain agencies will have people working on 10 clients, and we don't think you can really get to know that kind of company well enough to be effective.